What is going on, everybody, and welcome to my huge ranking of my top 50 favorite horror movies. As you guys all of course know, if you guys have not do not follow my channel, I am a massive fan of the horror genre. Um, and so of course I do videos. Uh, you know, I do reviews, trailer reactions, and all that other stuff. But yeah, though, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe. But anyway, guys, this is going to be my list of my top 50 favorite horror movies of all time. So let's get into this. Starting with number 50. Number 50 for me is going to be the 1990 It miniseries. Now, this miniseries is a really good miniseries. Um, it has really great um, kid kid performances as well as the adult performances as well. Bill Skarsgård. No, wait, not no, I meant to say Tim Curry. Tim Curry as Pennywise in the miniseries does a good job. Yes, it is definitely PG, because obviously it was made for TV. Um, and so, but yeah, though. But yeah, guys, it was only made. Now of course, yes, it was made for TV. Um, however, um, uh, however, though, it's still a very effective horror movie. And of course, Tim Curry's performance as Pennywise in the 1990 miniseries, he does a good job. So yeah, number 50. Coming in at my number 49 is go for me is going to be Abigail. This is, of course, a new released horror movie, and Abigail I absolutely loved. Of course, the storyline of the movie is, of course, a bunch of thieves come in and kidnap a little girl. Little do they know that the little girl is a ballerina vampire. And, and all of the and of course, all of the blood and all of the gore scenes in the movie are very, very well effective. Of course, you have Melissa Barrera in here from Scream 5 and Scream 6, and she does a really good job in the movie. On the and all the characters on the yes on the now yes all the characters in the movie do um are pretty much there to pretty much they didn't only want to kidnap a little girl, but they also wanted to pretty much rob a guy's be pretty much rob a guy, right? But yeah, though, that is still pretty cool. And all the characters once they start getting picked off one by one by Abigail yes, you definitely do feel bad for them and want to see them succeed. Yes, you definitely do feel bad for them and want to see them succeed. And um, and of course, the ending of the movie was really, really good. So yeah, Abigail for me, number 49. Coming in at number 48 for me is going to be coming in at my number 48 for me is going to be the original Scream. The original Scream is just such a classic horror movie, guys. And of course, it of course, it is of course a meta horror slasher movie that pretty much celebrates the genre that it is in. Of course, horror. And you have a lot of great performances in Scream. Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, and Dewey, David Arquette. Yeah, Sydney, Dewey, and Gail are all really great characters. Of course, you have that amazing, shocking opening at the time, anyway, back in 1996, of Drew Barrymore getting killed by Ghostface. and of course the reveals of who Ghostface is by the end of the movie scream uh, with with it of course being uh, Sydney's boyfriend Billy and Stu, and so yeah, the original Scream from 1996, damn good horror movie. Next up, coming in at number 47 for me, is going to be John Carpenter's The Thing. Yes, John Carpenter's The Thing is an amazing horror movie creature feature. It is a fantastic monster movie. The practical effects in the movie still hold up to this day. It is very, very fantastic and like bloody and just everything. And one of the best usage of a jump scare in horror. So yeah, definitely find me on that. Of course, the setting of the movie being in Antarctica, and like the fact that it's cold and they're isolated in this place and they can't go anywhere, very, very effective. And so yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing is a classic. It's a classic. Coming in at my number 46 is going to be Christine. Yes, this is of course a John Carpenter and Stephen King made horror movie about this guy named Arnie Cunningham and his killer car Christine, which is a red Plymouth Fury, and um, and we don't. And for some of the movie, it's pretty much a mystery. Like, is Arnie Cunningham in control of Christine, or is Christine taking out all of these bullies herself? It's a really good horror movie, and it is just so fantastic. And the kills, yes, while bloodless, it is still very, very effective. So yeah, Christine for me comes in at my number on the full 46. Coming in at my number 45 is coming in at my number 45 for me is going to be Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Now, Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter, is a really good Friday the 13th movie. Ted White's portrayal as Jason is definitely one of my favorites, and the kills are bloody and gory, or at least at the time anyway, back in 84, like harpoon to the, like you get corkscrew to the head, harpoon to the, the midsection, and and one of the greatest kid characters of all time with Tommy Jarvis, Corey Feldman, and so yeah, guys, definitely so yeah, definitely one of my favorite Friday the 13th movies for sure. This comes in at my number 45. Number 44 for me is 2017's It. Yes, the 2017 version of It is awesome and fantastic. Bill Skarsgård's performance as Pennywise. Sorry, Tim Curry. Bill Skarsgård is the better Pennywise. And all of the creature effects that he turns into were really great. Yes, there's some pretty noticeable CGI in the movie, but I do not let that, distract me. And the jump scares are handled very, very well. And all of the kid characters were casted very well. I mean, Finn Wolfhard as Richie is hilarious. And pretty much everybody else as well in the kid cast did a good job as well. So yeah, It 2017 comes in for me at my number 44. Coming in at number 43 is John Carpenter's Halloween. Yes, John Carpenter's Halloween is a classic. It is a classic horror slasher movie it, it of course introduced all of us to Michael Myers and of course Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, and Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis. Rest in peace. And it is a very good, horror movie about, this kid that snapped one day and killed his older sister and like spent like 20 or so years in a mental institution. And and the cinematography in the movie is done very, very well and effectively. And of course, the performances, of course, from Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasance, they do a good job. And of course, the kills, again, yes, while bloodless. Yes, the original Halloween is definitely tame compared to today's standards when it comes to kill scenes. But it's still very effective. So yeah, guys, John Carpenter's Halloween comes in for me at my number 43. Coming in at number 42 for me is... Coming in at number 42 for me is going to be Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. Now, this is the one of two Hellraiser movies that I actually like, because the Hellraiser franchise, after the first three movies, it got just ridiculous and just dumb with straight to VOD, straight to DVD sequels, and didn't know what the hell to do with Pinhead and the Cenobites. But Hellraiser 3 is one of the best usages of them, where you have the CD-looking Cenobite that entire nightclub scene where Pinhead just freaking massacres everybody in that room with his chains and kills the DJ and all this stuff is fantastic. Of course, Doug Bradley, of course, still did an amazing job as Pinhead. And so, yeah, Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, if you're looking for a fun Hellraiser movie, Hellraiser 3 is the one to go to. That is my number 42. Number 41. Number 41 for me is going to be Jaws. Yes, Jaws is definitely a classic. And yes, it is a slow burn. It is a good slow burn about this killer shark. And this movie, of course, made people pretty much afraid to go into the water. This movie is the reason why people are pretty much terrified of the ocean, is because of Jaws. And of course, the effects on the shark look pretty good. And you have really great characters as well in the movie. And so, and that iconic score as well. It's really good. So yeah, Jaws for me comes in at my number 41. Number 40 for me is going to be Cujo. Yes, Cujo is a damn good, horror movie. Of course, about this dog that gets rabies and just goes on a tear, goes on a murder spree, and and another Stephen King classic. And so, yeah, Cujo is a damn good horror movie. Yeah, that's why for me it comes in at my number 40. Number 39 for me is going to be Freddy versus Jason. Now, yeah, and yes, this was, of course, Robert Englund's final performance as Freddy in Freddy vs. Jason, and he did an amazing job for his final performance. Yes, I understand it's not Kane Hodder playing Jason in the movie. So what? We can all get over it by now. It's 10, 20 years later now already with that. But Ken Kersinger does do a good job physically as his performance as Jason. You have some really good kills like like the kill where he stabs the one guy in the bed over and over again and then folds the bed in half like a sandwich, or the cornfield maze kill scenes, just massacre that Jason goes on in the cornfield scene where he's on fire, and very good. That was a very good scene. And of course, the fights between Freddy and Jason are bloody and gory, and of course that ending um, where Freddy's decapitated head winks at the camera one last time. You get the iconic one more time. So yeah, Freddy vs. Jason, damn good movie, one of the best in both franchises. That's why for me it is my number 39. Oh wait, was I on 40? Yeah, I think I was on 40. Now, coming in at my number 39 for me. Coming in at number 39 for me, everyone, is going to be coming in at my number 39 is going to be Saw 10, the one Saw movie that made my list. Saw 10, just this is what we have been wanting from a Saw movie for years. Finally focusing on Jigsaw. Pretty much, him going through pretty much treatment and all that stuff with this cancer. Just to find out that the doctors and nurses there are pretty much con artists and they scam Jigsaw John Kramer out of his money, and so he of course puts them all through these traps, and the traps in Saw 10 are very, very good, just like in pretty much all the other Saw movies. For sure, that is one thing you could say even about the bad ones, is that there's some damn good traps. And his relationship with Amanda was really good. Again, it finally focuses on Jigsaw, which is something that I will also say for one of my other movies down my list. So Saw 10, damn good Saw movie. I loved it. Coming in at my number 38 for me is going to be Evil Dead Rise. I loved this movie. Evil Dead Rise is a damn good Evil Dead movie. Of course, you have the Deadites once again. That is, of course, possessing the mom of these three kids, and of course, you have it set in a high-rise building, so that is really cool. Like, you got some really good blood scenes and kills and blood and gore, and a really messed up and crazy ending where the Evil Deadite demons pretty much transform into pretty much like a big monster, and it's awesome, and it's just really fantastic, guys. Evil Dead Rise, for me, comes in at my number 38. 37, Hellraiser 2022. Now, just what I said about Saw 10, Hellraiser 2022, when you have a Hellraiser movie, focus on Pinhead and the Cenobites and the Lament Configuration puzzle box. Like, it finally gives Hellraiser fans what you've all been waiting for. And though, yes, I know it's not Doug Bradley playing Pinhead, it's Jamie Clayton, but she did a good job as Pinhead because she pretty much held on to what Doug Bradley's version of Pinhead did, but of course did it in a different way. And so, yeah, Hellraiser 2022, damn good movie. Really good, in my opinion, really fantastic. Coming in at my number 36 for me, is going to be Nightmare on Elm Street, 3, Dream Warriors. This is, of course, my favorite movie in the Elm Street franchise. Of course, this is where you had Robert Englund Freddy giving his doing his best performance for sure, where you have the dark, scary Freddy, and you also have some one-liners here and there, and the kills are really good in the movie, where you have whether it's the puppet marionette kill or the TV kill. Welcome to prime time, bitch. Oh, and of course, you have all amazing characters, of course, from the Dream Warriors, and of course, Heather Langenkamp, who came back to play Nancy again, and of course, got killed off at the end of Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. Just such an amazing movie. It's my favorite Nightmare movie. Of course, it had to make my list. Coming in at my number 35 for me is going to be Evil Dead 2013. And just like with Evil Dead Rise, the blood, the gore, the kills were insane. Having it be, of course, these characters in a cabin in the woods yet again, to where they pretty much have to get this one girl detoxed, because she, like drug detox pretty much, because she was doing some messed up stuff. And of course, once the evil and the deadites, the Evil Dead demons start to do, of course they think that the girl is it's still it's still on detox pretty much. And so that's, of course, why a good reason to have them all stay in the cabin, where and of course the ending where you have that big giant, like huge, like that Evil Deadite like crawling out of the ground, and the girl has to put a chainsaw on her arm, and pretty much pretty much saw that one, and it's raining blood. Evil Dead 2013 is so damn good. I love it. My number 35. 34. My number 34 for me is going to be my number 34 for me is going to be Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Now, yes, I understand everybody's complaint with this movie. They hacked down the kills. Well, guess what? If you have the Friday the 13th Part 7 Deluxe Edition on DVD, you can watch the unrated version of what the kills were originally. Because of course this was back when the MPAA were assholes and cutting out the bloody good scenes and some kill scenes. And of course this movie released in 1988. But aside from that, of course, you have a really fantastic Jason design. This was, of course, the first time that Kane Hodder's version of Jason started. You have a really good final girl that is pretty much kind of like a Carrie, to where she's got telekinetic powers and stuff, and she uses them to pretty much fight Jason. And it's an amazing showdown at the end with some damn good practical effects and stunt work. And of course, one of the best kills in the franchise with the sleeping bag kill, where he smacks the sleeping bag against the tree. Damn good movie. I don't get the hate. Coming in at my number 33 for me is going to be... Coming in at my number 33. Coming in at my number 33 for me is going to be... let's see. Number 33 Number 33 for me is going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. Yeah, this is my favorite installment in the Texas Chainsaw franchise. Of course, you have Andrew Bernarski's version of Leatherface, a big, tall, giant, like hulking, like brute version of Leatherface. And of course, the blood and gore and the kills are very, very effective. You have you have Arlie Ermy in this movie. Yes, the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket in Texas Chainsaw 2003 as the sheriff. And oh man, he is just a dang scary character in the movie. Um, and of course, you have Jessica Biel in the movie, who's good looking. Of course, I gotta throw that in there as well with this stream. And yeah, it's a damn good Texas Chainsaw movie. So yeah, love it. Number 32 for me is going to be Child's Play 2019. Now, I know, I understand, I know, I get it already at this point. Child's Play 2019. Guys, believe me, I was right there with the rest of you at first. When this was announced back in 2018, I was like, no, they're remaking Child's Play, my favorite horror franchise of all time. No. But then, when more and more stuff came out, when the trailers came out, and then when the movie itself released, I just think that it is a damn good Child's Play movie and a damn good horror remake, because it does what so many horror remakes do not do, taking the core concept of Child's Play and going in a very different direction with it. Where instead of him being possessed by a serial killer, he's an AI robot. Actually focusing in on Andy and Chucky's friendship, which is something that we never got with the original franchise. And of course, you have Mark Hamill doing the voice. Is he as good as Brad Dourif? Hell no. But Mark Hamill still did a good job. You have the kills, some of the best in the franchise. I mean, seriously, like the lawnmower kill, the table saw kill, just amazing. Both amazing, and both scumbag characters that you want to see get it. And boy, they do indeed get it. And of course, you have Aubrey Plaza taking over from Catherine Hicks, and Brian Tyree Henry as Detective Mike instead of Chris Sarandon. It's a damn good movie. I don't get the hate. I will never understand the hate the Child's Play 2019 remake gets at all. That's why, of course, it has made my list. Deal with it, haters. Deal with it. Next up is going to be number 32 for me. Yeah. Number 32 for me is going to be, let's see. Number 32 for me is going to be Terrifier 2, an improvement on the first one for sure, because it has an actual story. It has a really good final girl in Sienna. It has a lot of blood and a lot of kills, like a lot. And Art the Clown is pretty much officially a horror icon in my book. And David Howard Thornton, of course, did a good job playing Art the Clown in the second movie. And like I said, the kills are amazing. Like that bedroom scene, oh man, that scene is so damn good. And because again, I love my blood. I love my carnage candy in my horror movies. I love it. Terrifier 2, damn good movie. So excited for Terrifier 3. Damian Leone is going to knock it out of the park once again. I can feel it. Terrifier 2, number 32. Number 31 is going to be number 31 for me is going to be, let's see, 31. Number 31 for me is Halloween 2018. Yes, Halloween 2018 is a damn good movie. James Jude Courtney's performance as Michael, by far my favorite actor to portray Michael, and by far my favorite Michael Myers mask in the entire franchise. Sorry, OG mask. 2018 mask is my favorite. You have some really good kills in the movie, both off screen and on screen. Like when he slams the one girl's head into the and then slits her throat. Like that kill was great. And of course you have Jamie Lee Curtis returning her big return as Laurie Strode, and she of course has still got it all these years later. It brought back a dying. Well, I wouldn't really say dying, but it brought back the Halloween franchise, and it brought back the horror slasher subgenre, and it brought it back, and it's back in full swing now. And of course the score, the score, and of course the score in the movie was really good. Of course, the updated version of the iconic Halloween theme, where it sounds all rock and roll like oh, Halloween 2018 is the shit. Halloween 2018, my number 31. Number 30 for me. Number 30 for me is going to be Curse of Chucky. Now, Curse of Chucky was a return to form for the Child's Play franchise in 2013. You have Fiona Dorff coming in, Brad Dourif's real-life daughter, who she does an amazing job as Anika, and she kicks ass despite her being in a wheelchair and being paraplegic. And all the side characters in the movie, yeah, they are disposable for sure. Of course, getting back to that horror tone and the horror-focused approach, Child's Play sequel with Curse After Seed was just a gigantic comedic shit bomb, is what the Child's Play franchise needed. And of course, Brad Dourif still did a really good job as the voice. Yes, the design looked off at points during the movie, but as soon as he got his scars in the movie, the doll design didn't look that bad at all when he got his scars. And of course, the kill scenes in the movie were damn good. Of course, of course, the kills in the movie were really good. And that end credit scene with Andy, I still remember that end credit scene. Seeing that for the first time, and I was like, oh shit, Andy's back. Alex Vincent is back. Let's go. Fucking badass, man. Curse of Chucky. One of my favorites, for sure. Coming in at number, let's see, what number am I on now? God damn, I've been going for a while. Let's see, what number am I on now, guys? Did I do 31? I think I'm on 30 now, right? Yeah, 30. 30. Number 30. Number 30 for me is going to be. My number 30 for me is going to be. My number 30 for me is. My number My number 30 for me is going to be The Lost Boys, a damn good vampire horror comedy that never loses sight of the horror. That is a one hard thing to mix, horror and comedy, because you're either going to have a horror comedy that is more comedy than horror, or you're going to have a horror comedy that is more horror than comedy. But The Lost Boys balances both very, very well. Of course, the vampire effects in the movie, of course, for the time anyway that this came out, which I think was 87, were pretty good. And just one of the coolest vampire movies just ever. And so of course, Lost Boys had to make my list. Coming in at my number 29 for me. Coming in at 29 for me is going to be. Coming in at my number 29 is going to be the original. Coming in at my number 29 for me is going to be. Coming in at my number 29 for me is going to be the original Carrie, not the remake 2013 Carrie, the original Carrie. But yeah, still a good horror movie to me. You have Sissy Spacek, of course, as Carrie, and you have her mother, of course. What was her name? Margaret White, I think. Yeah, Margaret White. Which is funny. Carrie White, Margaret White. Where's Walter White, huh? Yeah, you put Walter White in there. That would make that movie go. Yeah, I mean, just a funny thing that I thought I would mention, I mean, Carrie White, Margaret White. Where's Walter White at? Huh? Breaking Bad's the shit. But anyway, back on track. Carrie, the original, of course, of course, the whole storyline of this teenage girl that figures out that she has telekinetic powers and goes on a full-on massacre at her prom. Of course, at the end of the movie, goes on her full, at the prom. Full-on massacre at the prom after she gets pig's blood dumped all over her. And, of course, has to, of course, pretty much kill her. And of course, has to, kill her mother as well. But, yeah, though, Carrie, damn good. Damn good horror movie. We didn't need the 2013 remake of Carrie. No. We didn't need it. But yeah, the original Carrie, still good. Number 28 for me is going to be. Number 28 for me is going to be Saw 2. Yeah, Saw 2, the other Saw movie on my list. Now, Saw 2 is still a pretty good Saw is a good Saw sequel. Of course, you have the Needle Pit Trap, one of the best traps in the franchise. And this whole game that Jigsaw is playing with all these people, including Amanda and all these other people in this warehouse. Good stuff. And the detective storyline in Saw 2 was also really good, to where you have this one guy that is actually, of course, conversing. Of course, talking with Jigsaw, saying hey, if you let my, son go, who is, of course, a part of the game. Then Saw 2 that Jigsaw is playing around with these characters. It's just really good. Definitely a fun sequel, and I loved the ending twist with Amanda, to where she has been a Jigsaw apprentice. That twist. Sorry, original Saw. Your twist might be good, but to me the Saw 2 ending twist was better. So yeah, Saw 2, damn good Saw movie, damn good sequel. Coming in at my number 27 for me, it's going to be. Coming in at my number 27 for me, it's going to be Coming in at my number 27 for me is going to be Child's Play 3, the underrated sequel in this franchise. I love Child's Play 3. The one-liners from Chucky are really great in the movie. The kills, like with the barber or the garbage man or the toy CEO guy, Sullivan, was really great. Having the movie be set at a military camp was a really good setting for the movie. Justin Whalen, yeah, I know he's not Alex Vincent, but he still does a good job as a older teenage version of Andy. And the character of Tyler, I know some people say he's annoying. I don't get it, because I thought that, of course, if you're a kid, of course, you would probably be in the same situation. Thinking that, Chucky's nice and friendly at first, and then you're like, oh shit, he's gonna kill me. So I don't get the hate that, Tyler gets. Tyler is one of the more underrated characters for me in the Child's Play franchise. And so, of course, you have that badass ending at the carnival, where he gets his face sliced off, and he gets thrown into a big ass fan, and it chops him up into a million pieces. Just, how could you guys not love Child's Play 3? Child's Play 3 is amazing. Made my list. Sitting here at my number 27. Number 26 for me. No, wait, am I at number 26 or am I at number 25? Sorry, guys, it's a little hard to do when you're doing these kind of ranking videos, because it's hard to just tell what spot you're in at. But yeah, number 26 or 25. Am I at number 26 or number 25? I think I'm at number 26. Okay, let's keep going. Number 26 for me is going to be number 26 for me is going to be The Black Phone. Now, The Black Phone is a really good horror movie. Of course, you have the grabber who of course pretty much kidnaps kids and pretty much takes them down to his basement. And the phone is pretty much the ghosts of the previous kid victims that he has killed. Pretty much help the main kid in the movie pretty much get out and try to escape. And some really good tension scenes as well within the movie. A really good fight scene and demise at the end of the movie with the grabber. Who knows how in the hell they're going to do a sequel to The Black Phone, because the grabber, of course, the person that kidnapped all these kids, and of course, including the main kid of the first Black Phone, is pretty much dead. So I don't know how the hell they're going to do a sequel. But yeah, The Black Phone, damn good stuff. Coming in at my number 25 for me. Number 25 for me is going to be, my number 25 for me is going to be Scream 6. Now, yes, Scream 6 is a really good Scream sequel. Of course, you have Sam, Tara, Chad, and Mindy. Of course, the new main four characters, and of course, Gail came back. Having it be set in New York was definitely a good choice. And the kills in the movie, yes, they are still just stabs and whatnot, but they're still very good and effective. However, though, I will say the one thing that keeps this being not that high on my list is that the Ghostface reveals at the end were pretty generic, were pretty obvious, because I was pretty much able to tell who was going to be Ghostface, and guess what? I was right. And I had that same problem in Scream 5 as well, by the way. Yeah, I was right. And so, like, can we please have a Scream movie to where we do, to where it's hard for us to guess who the Ghostface killer is going to be, because it was obvious in both 5 and 6. So yeah. And plus, it does suck now that we won't see Sam and Tara again, because obviously Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega pretty much exited Scream 7. So it sucks that we won't see them again, but still, Scream 6, damn good movie, damn good Scream sequel. Of course, it's also up here on my list. Number 24 for me is going to be Crawl. Yes, Crawl, the movie about the hurricane that pretty much takes out this girl and her father's house pretty much, and she has to survive a bunch against a bunch of crocodile alligators. So that is really, really cool. And so yeah, that is really cool, and the crocodile alligator effects are pretty good. And yeah, just a really good classic creature feature. That of course released in 2019. So yeah, Crawl, damn good movie. Number 23 for me is going to be the original Jeepers Creepers. Now, this horror movie, this creature feature movie is damn good. Of course, you have the iconicness of the creeper himself, Jeepers Creepers. And and the sister and brother dynamic at the heart of the movie was really good as well. And the kill scenes in the movie were pretty good. And the creeper is iconic for sure. So yeah, the original Jeepers Creepers movie is the one and only. Well, I wouldn't say. Well, I mean, the second one's good too, but the one Jeepers Creepers movie, the original, is still the best one of the franchise. 2 is good, and 3 and 4, suck my balls. Seriously, Jeepers Creepers 3 and Jeepers Creepers Reborn were big pieces of crap. Seriously, both of them. Seriously, both of them. Both of them sucked. Coming in at my number on the 20. Let's see, I think I'm at 22 now. Yeah, 22 for me is going to be coming in at my number 22 for me is going to be Silent Night, Deadly Night. Silent Night, Deadly Night is a classic Christmas horror movie. Of course, telling the tragic story about this kid named Billy Chapman, that his parents were killed by a man in a Santa suit, and which of course leads him down a downward spiral to where he's in this orphanage. He gets beats up. He gets pretty much beat with the belt by this one orphan girl, and to where you just feel so bad for this kid. And then of course when he gets older, he has to dress up as Santa, and of course he of course now has to pretty much punish those that do naughty stuff, doing the obviously doing the naughty, obviously doing the doing the nasty, or if you're and the kills in the movie really good. Like the one guy gets strangled with the Christmas lights, and the one guy gets decapitated, and the one guy on the sled, his head gets decapitated and just rolls down the hill, or one guy gets thrown out the window, and one girl gets impaled by reindeer antlers. So yeah, the original Silent Night, Deadly Night It's a classic. Had to make my list. Had to be on my list for sure. Let's see. Am I on number 21 now? I think so. Number 21. Let's see. I'm number 21. Let me see. Number 21 for me is going to be, let me see. Number 21 for me is going to be, the Friday the 13th, 2009 remake. Now, the Friday the 13th, 2009 remake is my favorite in the Friday the 13th franchise. You have Derek Mears' portrayal of Jason, who he does an amazing job as Jason. The kills in the movie are really good, like the screwdriver kill is awesome. The arrow through the head is great. The fact that Jason is more like a hunter pretty much, and where he like has these like underground tunnels underneath like the lake, and yeah, like you do wonder how in the hell did it take him that it must have taken him a long ass time to do all of this. And the characters in the movie, the best characters in the entire franchise. Even the one guy, Trent, that everybody just loves to, bitch about and stuff. That everybody, but yeah, he's supposed to be, an asshole character, and everybody's saying, "Ooh, Trent sucks. Trent sucks." No, Tina from Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, is way worse than anything Trent has done in the Friday the 13th, 2009 remake. I will argue that with anybody. So yeah, the Friday the 13th, 2009 remake is really good. Oh yeah, and the other fucking complaint I always hear. Oh, Jason doesn't run. Jason runs in Fridays 2, 3, and 4, but before he became zombified in Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason lives. So there. Yeah, Friday the 13th, 2009, damn good. Love that movie. Love it. Number 20 for me is going to be Halloween Kills. Now, yes, I understand Halloween Kills. People are making stupid decisions. Now, yeah, again, guys, I understand that. But Michael had to win by the end of Halloween Kills. Michael had to win. But anyway, with that out of the way, the kills are fantastic in the movie. That whole scene where he goes like John Wick pretty much on all those firefighters was awesome and fantastic. The one kill with Cameron, he pretty much like slams his head against like the stairwell of Michael's house and just break and snaps his neck. And like that kill is awesome. And of course the kill with Big John and Little John, the one kill where he grabs him by the head and squeezes his eye out of his socket, like damn. And of course, James Jude Courtney's physical performance as Michael is really good. And I liked the burnt up mask. Yeah, the burnt up mask. And the whole massacre scene at the end of the movie with the mob, mob at the end. And yeah, the one thing I do agree with though is that I did not like the entire movie of them just saying evil dies tonight, evil dies tonight. That is my one complaint with the movie. But other than that, damn good Halloween movie. Damn good. Number 19 for me is going to be Halloween Ends. again, I know, I understand all of the diehard Halloween fans hate this movie. Oh, it's about Corey Cunningham and not about Michael and Laurie's final fight. So, how many movies have we had where it's just Michael versus Laurie in in the Halloween franchise? Seriously, how many? Oh, Corey pushed Michael down and stole his mask. Believe me, I understand. If this was Chucky or Freddy, that a random character like pushed down them and stole their weapon, believe me, I would be right there with you being pissed. But again, Michael, I do like him. He's not one of my favorite horror icons, but again, he is iconic, yes. And the Halloween franchise, yes, is iconic. So again, I do get, but of course, the whole idea of Corey Cunningham, the whole theme of the Blumhouse Halloween trilogy, exploring evil and how that would like affect the town, that was just, seriously, however you guys feel about David Gordon Green's trilogy, it did a really good job at pretty much telling us that Michael's evil pretty much can spread like throughout the town and spread on to another person, that of course being Corey Cunningham. And Rohan, what was his name? Rohan Campbell, I think. The guy that played Corey Cunningham did a good job. And James Jude Courtney, while he's not in the movie enough as Michael, he still did a good job in the movie. And yes, I know him living in the sewers. Yeah, that whole 4-year time jump thing didn't quite make much of any sense to me. Because like, how do we go from Halloween Kills to where Halloween 2018 and Kills to where it's all one night, and then Halloween Ends to where it's all of a sudden 4 years later. And of course, the kills in the movie are still really good, like the blowtorch kill, the kill with the DJ where Corey slams his head again on the DJ record and then cuts his tongue out, and the opening scene where it has the balls to kill a kid and go there. Like, seriously, that is just awesome. Awesome stuff. Again, Corey didn't mean to kill the kid, Jeremy, but he accidentally did it because, he of course did. Again, though, the kid was an asshole to him and pretty much locked him in the closet and stuff. And so you're like, yeah, fuck you, kid, die. Like, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, Halloween Ends. Don't get the hate. Don't get the hate at all, guys. I don't get it. Coming in at my number on the 18 for me is going to be, coming in at my number 18 for me is going to be The Shining. The Shining is a classic for sure. Jack Nicholson's performance as Jack Torrance is really good. Shelley Duvall and her performance as Jack's wife, Wendy, rest in peace, Shelley Duvall. She of course did a good job, and of course the whole storyline, the whole story of the hotel, the Overlook Hotel, pretty much corrupting Jack and pretty much taking over and pretty much the ghosts within the hotel pretty much telling him to kill his whole family. Like, that was really, really cool. And of course the ending scene with the maze, with the hedge maze maze and Jack freezing at the end of the movie, like they're and and that whole scene at the end of the movie with Jack's picture. Of course, of course, how could I not put The Shining on here? So yeah, number 17 for me is going to be my favorite of the Insidious franchise, Insidious Chapter 3. Yes, Insidious Chapter 3 is a really good horror movie. The scares in the movie are effective because the scares in the movie are really effective. And I do like the fact that it's like a teenage girl being haunted pretty much by the ghosts and stuff within the further, which is of course the other dimension, of course, where the ghosts come from. And yeah, just a damn good, horror movie for sure. And of course, so yeah, that's really good. Number 16 for me is going to be The Conjuring. The Conjuring is at first I wanted absolutely nothing to do with haunted house, demonic possession, those type of supernatural movies. But now, of course, now that I've opened my eyes to all things horror, pretty much, The Conjuring, yeah, how could I not put it on my list? The Conjuring is just an amazing movie, amazing scares, amazing jump scares like the hide and clap scene, and the and all of the different spirits within the movie. And like and of course you have the introduction of the Annabelle doll, who is not scary. Sorry, Annabelle. Chucky will kick your ass. And Megan. Now, yes, Annabelle looks scary. Yes, she does look scary, but she's not really scary. Chucky would kick that ass. And so, but still, the original and of course you have Ed and Lorraine Warren, just really great characters, played by Patrick Wilson and Vermira Farminga, which yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, the original Conjuring had to make my list. Number 16 for me is going to be The Conjuring 2. Yes, The Conjuring 2 is my personal favorite of the two Conjuring movies. And you have more spirits, like the Crooked Man and the Nun, like really damn good, very well utilized spirits in the movie as well. And again, just like the first movie, the scares are really good and effective. And so, yeah, The Conjuring 2, damn good movie. Number 15 for me is going to be Annabelle Creation, the only Annabelle movie that I actually like. Now, of course, the movie, of course, is about like having it be about these girls, pretty much, and the one little girl pretty much being the target of the demon that pretty much pretty much wants to take over her pretty much, like the little girl even says in the movie that it wants her soul. Of course, the demon. You have the scene where the one guy gets his fingers bent backwards. That scene was pretty cool, and the scare scenes are very well and effective, and it leads in to the original Annabelle movie from 2014 that and like it does a really good job at leading into the events of the original Annabelle movie. So Annabelle Creation, my favorite of the Annabelle movies. Number 14 for me is going to be number 14 for me is going to be Leprechaun. Yes, Leprechaun is a really good horror comedy movie. You have Warwick Davis as the Leprechaun. You have a very early on Jennifer Aniston. Yes, from Friends, that Jennifer Aniston, of course. And of course, and of course, Warwick Davis does a good job as the Leprechaun, and it knows what it is. It's dumb as hell, but it is so much fun to watch. Like that pogo stick, like the pogo stick kill. This old lep, he played pogo on his lung. Like again, that's dumb, but it is just so much fun. Look, and all the other kills in the movie are really good. Are really good too. As well. And of course, you have some really silly scenes in the movie, like the dang leprechaun riding on a thing, and a dang what was that? Like a buggy or whatever it was, and of course the lines and the rhyming and all that. Again, dumb but fun, like dumb but fun stuff, Okay, so yeah, the original Leprechaun made my list. Number 13 for me is going to be Insidious. The original Insidious. Yes, the original Insidious is a damn good, a pretty good movie. And of course, it introduced all of us to, this family, and of course, this concept of demons and spirits pretty much coming from this other dimension, of course, called the Further. And you have one of the best jump scares in recent horror memory, where red-faced demon pops up behind Patrick Wilson's character, Josh. And like, it's unexpected because it's during the daytime, and it is a very effective jump scare. Definitely, and of course you have other scenes in the movie, like the whole tiptoe through the garden, like that scene, tiptoe through the tulips, tiptoe through the tulips with me. So yeah, that scene is definitely like, oh, creepy, man, creepy shit. So yeah, the original Insidious, damn good movie. Number 12 for me is going to be, Insidious Chapter 2, a really good horror movie. This was of course, you had more spirits, more like the one I think it was the Bride in Black, or I forgot what it was, guys. I think it was the Bride in Black. I could be mistaken on that. And of course, the return, of course, of the Lambert family. And yes, the whole scene at the end of the movie where the dad goes crazy and tries to kill his family. Yes, it was done in The Shining, and yes, it's done in Insidious Chapter 2. But it's done very well. And then it was done. Yeah. But yeah, and then it was, of course, done again in this year's Night Swim, which, yeah, by that point it's played out. But yeah, though, damn good movie. Loved it. Coming in at my number 11. Coming in at my number 11 for me, it's going to be Pumpkinhead. Yeah. Pumpkinhead is a really good monster horror movie. Just the design of Pumpkinhead is really cool, and the fact that he can pretty much be summoned by saying, having it being like from like if someone pretty much like dies or whatever, then of course I guess the creature, the spirit of Pumpkinhead, I guess will will conjure up, will start to happen. And of course, you have some really good, effective, kill scenes in the movie for a creature feature. And again, look of Pumpkinhead is definitely an iconic look for sure. So yeah, Pumpkinhead for me comes in at my number 11. Coming in at my number 10. Top 10, baby. We are in the home stretch now. Top 10. My number 10 for me is going to be, my number 10 for me is going to be, my number 10 for me is going to be, my number 10 for me is going to be A Quiet Place. Now, A Quiet Place is a really good movie. Basically, of course, the idea of that you have to be silent at all times, or else these monsters will of course, come and kill you. Very effective PG-13 horror movie, just like Insidious. And yeah, very effective PG-13 horror movie, and it is very effective with the tone and the atmosphere, like you were like just on the edge of your seat, like of course wanting these characters, of course, to stay quiet and silent, of course, because one sound makes, and the creatures will of course come and kill them. So yeah, Quiet Place for me comes in at my number 10. Number 9 for me is going to be Bride of Chucky. Bride of Chucky is a really good movie. Still has, yes, this is where the comedy did start to, but it still had good horror focused scenes and some really good one-liners from Chucky. And of course, you have the introduction of Tiffany, his bride. Jennifer Tilly was the perfect place to play person to play and voice her, and the kills in the movie are very well done, very well done and effective. Like the lighter kill where he blows up the one guy's van, pretty much, or the one kill where Tiffany throws that bottle of champagne, I think it was, up into the air, and glass comes falling down and just kills that honeymoon couple. And of course, the ending at the New Jersey gravesite was pretty good too. And so yeah, guys, Bride of Chucky, still a good horror movie all these years later. So it comes in at my number 9 for me. Pretty high up there for me. Number 8 for me is going to be, let's see, number 8. Number 8 for me is going to be Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Now, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, yes, my one gripe in the movie is the mask. I do not like the mask that he wears in Halloween 4. But everything else is great. Of course, the Jamie Lloyd, who he's hunting, him going after Jamie Lloyd, of course, played by young Danielle Harris at the time, and of course Donald Pleasence came back as Dr. Loomis. Jamie Lee Curtis, of course, wasn't in this one, but it is still a good movie, and the kills are very effective, like where he kills the one guy and he throws him onto that electrical thing, whatever it was, or he kills the one guy, Brady, by him gouging his eye, like crushing his head with his bare hands. That kill is awesome. You have Rachel, definitely one of the better final girls for sure. And so yeah, guys, Halloween 4, damn good Halloween movie. Number 8 for me. Number 8 for me is going to be. Let's see. Number 8 for me is going to be. My number 8 for me is going to be on the. Let me see. Number 8 for me is going to be on the. Doctor Sleep. Doctor Sleep, the sequel to The Shining. Now, of course, you have Danny, of course, returning in this sequel. You have Rose the Hat, who is a very good and effective villain, and of course, you have them. Danny, of course, returning to the Overlook Hotel, and where he pretty much has to destroy the Overlook Hotel once and for all. And Jack Nicholson even makes a little cameo. Of course, with him being a ghost himself, and just Doctor Sleep is a really good sequel to The Shining. And so, yeah, I had to make my list, guys. Number 7. Number 7 for me is going to be. Let me see, 7. Number 7 for me is going to be Megan. Now, Megan is a really good movie. Is it PG-13? Yes, absolutely it's PG-13, but it is a good PG-13 horror movie. Now, yes, again, there is no blood with a lot of the kills or anything. It's still a very effective PG-13 horror movie. And yes, I understand a lot of people's big complaint of, it's just copying Child's Play 2019, but it's still a really good movie. You have Megan, who is a new horror icon. Well, at least to me anyway. Yes, Megan and Art the Clown are definitely up there now as official horror icons. Yeah, like I said, you have some really good kills. Like whether it be the one bully that gets his ear ripped off and then ran over, the one neighbor character that gets like water hosed and then gets like fire, like blowtorched or whatever that weapon was. It looked like a blowtorch. Or the one guy that gets stabbed with the paper cutter. That kill was good. And yeah, Megan pretty much goes full on Terminator by the end of the movie, to where you see her endoskeleton pretty much, that. And so that is number 7 for me. Number 6. Dun 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 dun. The Terminator. Yes. The Terminator, the original Terminator, is a horror movie. I don't want to hear anybody's complaints at all with this one. The original Terminator is a horror movie. But you have Arnold Schwarzenegger as the T-800, Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor, and this T-800 that is pretty much like Jason or Michael, but yes, I know, guys, he doesn't have a knife, but hey, he's got a gun, and even with a gun, you can still be a horror icon if you have a gun. And some of the iconic line like, I'll be back, and of course that whole ending scene where it's just the endoskeleton and the and the final fight at the end of the movie between Sarah Connor and the T-800 is just damn good. And Kyle Reese gets killed. Just Terminator, the original Terminator, is a horror movie, and so it made my list. Deal with it, haters. Deal with it. Number 5, the original. Number 5, Alien Romulus, baby. Alien Romulus. I loved the new Alien movie. It was fantastic. It got back to the roots of the original Alien and Aliens, the sequel. And it had a young cast, which they all did a good job. And the kills in the movie, not as bloody and gory as something like Fede Alvarez's Evil Dead 2013 remake, but still very good and effective. And of course, yes, there is a lot of nods and everything to pretty much all the other Alien movies, even Prometheus and Alien Covenant, and even the whole thing at the ending of the movie with Alien Resurrection. But it is still a very good Alien movie. And so, if we get a sequel to Alien Romulus, I am down. The Alien franchise is back, and I'm so glad to say that. Number 4. Number 4 for me is going to be the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Of course, this was the introduction to Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, my second favorite horror icon of all time. This was, of course, the introduction of all this idea about this killer that kills you in your dreams. And the one-liners that we do get in the movie are very good and effective, and the kills are very good and effective too. Like with Tina's kill, of course, like where she's being dragged up the wall slowly like this and then dropped like that. Or of course the other iconic kill with an early Johnny Depp getting sucked into his bed and then the blood just going like that, like on the ceiling and everything. Like the original Nightmare movie is a classic, and of course Heather Langenkamp's Nancy is a damn good final girl. So yeah. And the ending of the movie where she takes down Freddy at the movie and she has that final fight with him at the end. Iconic. The original Nightmare on Elm Street is a classic. Had to make my list. Number 3 for me is going to be... Let me see. Okay, 3 more left. I already know what my number 1 is. Before you guys probably clicked on the stream. But my number 3 for me is going to be... My number 3 for me is going to be... Let's see. My number 3 for me is going to be... Let's see, number 3. Number 3 for me is going to be... Number 3 for me is going to be... let me see. Let me see number 3. Man, this list is hard, guys. There's so many horror movies that I've seen. Ooh. Number 3 for me is going to be Phantasm. Yeah, Phantasm. A really good science fiction horror movie. Where you have the tall man played by Angus Grimm, who is an iconic villain for sure. and and you have the spears that'll go into people's heads and start like drilling in their heads, or you have like the whole like other dimension that the tall man lives in, and and the final guys in the guy, and yes, the final guy in the movie is pretty good. And, and of course, you have the whole ending that still everybody still debates to this day. Was it all a dream? Was it all in the main guy's head? Was the tall man just a myth? We still don't know. And like that's the beauty that's like really great, like a really great, with that ending, like a really great, horror movie with an ending that people still discuss to this day. So yeah, Phantasm. I know you guys probably didn't expect it this high, but yeah, it's number 3 for me. Number two for me is going to be the original Alien. That sounded more like a cat more than the xenomorph, more than the alien. But yeah, though, the original Alien, you have Ripley, one of the most badass final girls in horror cinematic history. You have, of course, played by Sigourney Weaver. You have the iconic first time that we saw the chestburster scene, where the chestburster just jumps out of the one guy, and again, a very well used jump scare. A very well used jump scare, guys, that is done effectively. And the kills in the movie are really good as well. And of course, and Ridley Scott, of course, the director of the movie, did a good job. A lot of great cinematography in the original Alien. The original Alien for me, my number 2. But coming in at my number 1, and you guys knew that this would be my number 1, I bet. But some of you guys probably didn't know that this would be my number 1. But my number 1 is the movie that made me a fan of this genre. It is the movie that is the reason why I am talking to each and every one of you. Because my number 1, Child's Play 2. Again, like I just said, guys, this is the movie that introduced me to horror. This is the movie This movie is the reason why I am in front of all of you right now discussing horror movies and talking about horror movies. It's because of Child's Play 2. So that is pretty much one of the main reasons why it is definitely my number 1, because it has that special place in my heart of being the movie that introduced me to horror, the genre that I have continued to love throughout the rest of my entire life, ever since I was 14 years old. And of course, the movie itself is fucking awesome. You have Brad Dourif, of course, and the voice work of Chucky is still really great, of course, in Child's Play 2. Some of the best one-liners are in this movie. You have among some of my favorite kills in the franchise, where he kills Miss Kettlewell with the ruler, or he buries Tommy out in the backyard and shovels all the dirt onto him, and really great cinematography, really great animatronic work on Chucky. You have Kyle in here, played by Christina Lee, and she does a good job. You have Andy, Alex Vincent, coming back from the original Child's Play, and he definitely does a really good job. You have that whole entire awesome, awesome third act in the Play Pal toy factory with all those good guy boxes and and uh and of course you have the whole thing where Chucky pretty much has to like he is out for blood. He is going to kill Andy because the spell because the spell didn't work. He's stuck in his body. He's going after him with everything that he's got. He loses his arm. Fine, then I'll stick a knife on there. He loses his legs. Fine, then I'll pretty much ride around on this little board with the wheels. He gets molten plastic thrown on him, and he's still coming after him. And then Kyle pretty much has to shove this hose thing into his mouth, and he blows up like a big balloon. Just Child's Play 2, man. You guys knew it would be my number one. I mean, you guys of course knew it. And again, because of the movie itself is awesome, and of course it will always hold a special place in my heart because it is the movie that introduced me to my favorite genre in film of all time. So yeah, coming in at my number one, Child's Play 2. So that is it, you guys. That is my ranking of my top 50 horror movies. Do you guys agree with my list? Do you disagree? Let me know. Tell me your guys' list down below in the comment section, and we will talk about it. Don't forget to, and definitely, I would love to hear your guys' top 50 favorite horror movies of all time. And yeah, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe as always for more videos and more streams. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload brand new videos. Keep on watching horror movies, guys. Keep on getting scared. Keep on slashing. All of that stuff. Again, I apologize if this... Oh, I'm running out of breath here. Sorry, guys, I just got a little bit excited with this list. I've been wanting to do this list for a while, and I finally did it. Yes, and yeah, guys, let me know what you guys thought about my list down below. And again, definitely, give me your guys' rankings of your top 50 favorite horror movies of all time. And let me know if you guys, enjoyed it. There's still so many other horror movies that I have to get through and watch. Like I still haven't seen any of the Critters movies. I still haven't seen any of the. I still haven't seen any of the Tremors movies. I have seen Wrong Turn, obviously, but sadly none of the Wrong Turn movies made my list. But if you were to ask me, Wrong Turn 2021, well, it's definitely my favorite Wrong Turn movie. But yeah, guys. And I apologize if I stuttered a little bit during this video. I apologize if maybe I missed a number. Again, doing lists like this is pretty hard, but it is still a lot of fun, and I would love to get your guys' perspective on my list, and let me know what your list is down below in the comment section. Your top 50 favorite horror movies of all time. Don't forget to keep on watching horror movies, guys, and keep on slashing, and stay tuned for more videos and more streams in the future. This has been Horror Fanatic, your source for all things horror. Peace out, guys.